Good part of the day, dear students. Today's topic is customers of Uzbek people. Okay, what do in general Uzbek people put on? What do typically Uzbek people have not have wear on a daily basis or for a special occasions? Occasions. Okay, let's go past vice versa today. In 1950s, 1970s, every Uzbek woman had at least one or more Hanak blasters. As men mostly wore ikat. Today, modern Uzbek designers are actively drawing on ethnic traditions when developing new design, high and ready-to-wear collections. They experiment with style, construction as well as with traditional types of garments, mostly mixing and matching all possible variations and styles. Bright examples are here Uzbek sons, popular fashion designers. Hanti Kilish. Hanti Kilish is another ancient Uzbek ceremony blessed by Islam, Sunnah. This ceremony is held when with boys that are whose age are 3, 5, 7, and 9. In rare cases, in 11 and 12 years, carrying Sunnah is controlled by the public. Since the birth of the boy, parents try to start preparations for this day, gradually acquiring all necessary things. A few months before ceremony, which is also called wedding, begin immediate preparations for it. Rights. Okay, how many rights do Uzbek people hold? Rights of Uzbek people have formed over centuries as a result of a complex of merging cultural habits, traditions of all tribes, nations that participated in the antigenes of the Uzbek. They are quite original. Uzbek rights are original, right? The right go back to the tribal patriarch relations. A large number of ceremonies follow the family life associated with birth, women, children, weddings, and funerals. Clothes. Originality of clothing of indigenous local peoples has always been determined by climatic living conditions and tribal traditions. Back in the 19th century, clothing, gowns, dresses, shirts continued to keep the archaic features. Wide, long, freely flows down, hiding the shape of the human body. Headdress, skull cap, wash cane, one of the most popular and widespread form of applied art of Uzbekistan has always been skull cap, hard or soft cap with lining. Skull cap is an integral part of Uzbek national costumes. Came into the life and traditions of Uzbek people. Skull cap from the Turkic to top bosh tip is a national headdress not only for Uzbek people but also other Asian nations. Skull caps are classified by types: men's skull cap, women's, children's, and all people. This is a new style of modern Uzbekistan life. I-cut invention, how I-cut gone wild. I-cut fever had during the first decade of the 21st century. It inspired and caused the attention of international designers and fashion houses such as House, Balantia, de la Renta, Gucci, Kite Buste, Paris Scholler, Dries Van Noten, Emilio Pucci, Aldo. Thank you for today's invention. And now turn to one more. Turn to extra materials related to costumes, related to fashion and style. Okay, here is a given a test, and before doing this, it will be more logical. It will be logical to ask you some questions relating to style fashion. Do you enjoy shopping, for example? Where do you usually buy clothes from? From market or from clothes shop? Do you prefer to go shopping for clothes on your own or with your friends or family? Why? Why not? And task 8. Task 8 requires from you to find appropriate choice, from multiply choice A, B, C, D. For example, if you go to the town center, could you get me some socks? It will be no what or do. If you do go, is no what. You can borrow my t-shirt if you like, if you do like. It can be no what or C. If it shrink a little, try gentle stretching. If it shrink, if it can be no word or does shrink. To emphasize, we use the does. And you must continue like that. Task B. Task B, you are here supposed to find a correct sentence, and you must cross out the wrong sentence. For example, the patient show will be continued after short break. Here is the B is extra word because patient show will continue. We don't need any B. If you just put B, it should be future continuous. Will be continued like that. Do you think she will be successful as a mother? This is a correct sentence. It would sing, it would not sing. It would sing. S is the extra word here. And you must continue like that. For example, 3. Salah had never been intended to spend so much money on clothes. Salah had never been given so much money before. B is correct. Salah had never been given. This is perfect, past perfect in passive voice. And the first one is incorrect because Salah had never been intended. It's not. Salah had never intended, not passive voice. You must continue like that. And now, and here you must use relative clauses such as who, that, which, whose, and to join two parts of a sentence. And here it can be no word, no relative word required, coming from the meaning of a sentence. For example, Martin is the person who is responsible for designing the team sports kit. Gyms are ideal for people who want to be both fashionable and comfortable. Here is who. I hadn't told anyone I had had the photos taken at the stage. Here is nothing to use it. We don't need anything to join these sentences, the parts of a sentence. My brother, who is in England, says that clothes are much cheaper there. We don't need he here. A friend of mine has been a model for over 4 years. The trainees, which are made in Japan, extremely popular in Germany. The uniforms which they have to buy when they join the school. The uniforms which they have to buy when they join the school are blue and white. The skirt was too small and I decided not to buy it. The booklet tells you which model and adjectives to avoid. And you must continue like that. Here is given a paragraph, a topic on patient shoot. And in this paragraph, you must find extra words, such as it can be articles A and Z. For example, we are studying the patient at the school. We are not studying the patient. We're just studying the patient. We don't need any definite article before subjects: history, English, chemistry, biology, math. We are studying patient at the school, not the school, at school at the moment. And last week, not the last week. Last week, our teacher arranged for us to go on a trip to see a patient shoot. It was very exciting, not very, it was just very exciting. We traveled by the coach, we traveled by coach, meaning that. We traveled by coach to an old curie which hasn't been used for years, 2 years, near a small village surrounded by the beautiful countryside. Surrounded by beautiful countryside. When we arrived, the photographer was just setting up his camera and the models were putting on their makeup and generally getting ready. It was a patient shoot for a mail order closing the catalog, not the catalog. You must continue like that. Task E. Here there are given 6 sentences and you must find extra word from each sentence. For example, things went wrong as soon as I have got to fancy dress part. Things went wrong. The first part of a sentence begins with past simple. It means the continuation must be like that, or past simple, past continuous, or past perfect. Here we don't need any have got. And it must be like that. Things went wrong as soon as I got to. I came as soon as I visited. I have had this dress for hours and 10 years and still fits me. Here we don't need any than comparison. Here it will be just I have had this read for our 10 years, more than 10 years. That's all. I will do the reading when I get home from work. We don't need any weird heat. I will help you with your makeup while I'm being here if you like. We don't need any being here. You must continue like that. Task F. Here you are required to use such tool. Or it can be nothing. This is a fantastic question. We don't need anything here. These are such cool trainers. That's really expensive for me to buy. Really too expensive for me to buy. Supermodels such as Naomi Campbell earn an enormous amount of money. Do you know how much? We don't use anything here. How much from you? A new hairstyle can change your appearance so much. Jackie thinks that this jacket really trendy, but I don't think so. I don't think that you will find another pair of shoes. I don't think you will find another pair of shoes like this. I don't think we don't use anything here. Your earrings are worth so lovely. It's so cheap I have got just to buy it. So cheap to do something I have got. So here. I have never seen such a bright tie. You must continue like that. Task G. To complete this task, you choose one of the two options that are given. For example, it can be comparative words. It can be more, much, or nothing. For example, getting a friend to trim your hair is cheaper than going to a hairdresser. It's much easier. Here is much for emphasizing because easier is already in comparative form. We use much a lot before comparative in order to emphasize, highlight the meaning. It's much easier for women to become fashion models than men. Trainers are more comfortable than high-heeled shoes. I think fashion industry is very exciting. These boots are rather big. The biggest disadvantages of mail order is that you cannot try things on first. And here is task H. For task H, you must choose one of the two options, A or B. For example, Debbie has lots of different hairstyles. My dad has got a lot of suits. This book doesn't have much information because information is not countable. How many pairs of jeans have you got? Few models ever become really successful. A few minutes here negative. Not many, not all models can achieve in their sphere of life because models have to keep some kind of diet, have to follow some kind of diet, and they should follow some kind of exercises in order to stay healthy, keep healthy. It means that you must have a really strong immune system in order to be such a prospective model. I have got a few necklaces, but not that many. I have got few necklaces, but not that many. I have got enough money to buy it. Here is enough. You must continue like that. Grammar Fox. Here are given 16 sentences related to wishes. I wish, I hope, that. At first, for the first line, you should decide whether this sentence is true or not correct, true or just true in logically, grammatically correct or not. If it is grammatical correct, you should just tick. If it's not correct in a grammatical way, you should cross it out. For the next line, you should decide whether the sentence refers to past, refers to future, refers to now, or general. One sentence can be both general and now. One sentence can be both future and general. You must uh, you must decide the meaning and you must just know the meaning of a sentence. Past, future, general, and now. For example, I hope to be a model when I grow up. It refers to future. The sentence is correct from grammatical point of view. It refers to future. And it will be like that. The first line is ticket, and for the second line we just write future. I hope I win first prize in the I hope I win first prize in the fashion competition. I hope I will win. I suppose it will be correct. I hope. Present, I will win, or future. Grammatically not correct, and it refers to future. I hope I haven't bought the wrong size. Yes, it's correct. It's correct. Grammatically, it refers to the past because he or she has already bought something in the past. Grammatical correct, meaning is past. You must continue like that. And here's exercise. Here is exercise on a topic second-hand clothes. Second-hand means used things to buy or to have, to put on used things. It means that if you have something second-hand, it means it's not directly bought from a company, from a firm, from a market, from a shop. It means that if you have got something second-hand computer, PC, second-hand clothes, it's not new, it's not brand new. And for this exercise, you must check each one. Is it if the one of the lines is correct, you must just tick like it's given here. And if you find some kind of mistakes, you must write the extra word for on these lines. For example, for the first line is being is extra word. When I was a being child, yes, being is extra word here. When I was a child, I used to hate second-hand clothes. I wanted all my things to be new. I particularly hated it when my mom she made me, because my mom and she's the same thing. We must just use my mom or she. We don't know she. For the first time, we cannot use personal pronouns when we don't know whom she is referred. That's why my mom is here correct. Then we can, for the second or for the next lines, we can use she. And we know who she is referred. He, she means her mom. My mom made me, she is extra word. My mom made me wear my older brother's school uniform. I felt really silly, and all the kids at the school laughed at me because it was too big for me. Nowadays, however, things have been changed. Things have changed. Being is not needed here because we don't need passive voice. Things have changed. I don't like spending lots of money or just lots of money. I suppose is extra word here. Lots of money clothes, and the fashion is for old-looking second-hand clothes anyway. And I don't like spending lots of money on clothes and the fashion. And fashion is for old-looking second-hand clothes anyway. For is extra word. So I get most of my clothes from my charity shop. The most we don't use them. They have some of fantastic stuff. The money goes to charity too. And money goes to charity. The other day I went to Oxfam. That's a famous charity shop in the United Kingdom, and bought all sorts of things which were very all sorts of things which were very fashion. We don't need, here we don't need any they and good quality and excellent cheap. For example, I bought a denim jacket which I don't think so had ever been worn before. So worn before. I don't think so worn before had ever been. We don't need so much words here. For example, I bought a denim jacket which I don't think worn so ever been worn before. I don't think had ever been worn before. I don't think so. I suppose so is extra here, and some more flared jeans. Flares are really in fashion at the moment. I have also got a couple of very nice shorts there. And I got a couple of heavies actually, and the white t-shirt with which young, free, and single written on it. Here is which is extra a white t-shirt with young, free, single written on it. All these didn't cost less than 20 pounds. It is the best way to shop. You must find extra words for each line. If it's the line is correct, you must just tick. You must just tick. I suppose it's the end of today's session related to questions of Facebook people. Have a nice day.